Hello and welcome, everybody. I am coming to you on January 10th, 2023. Just going to do a little bit of an energy share, a cosmic weather update, and I did have a listener ask what cosmic weather is. I include the Earth plane and all planets and our sun when I share cosmic weather, as above, so below. I also have an understanding that the planet herself is going through great changes. Our bodies are going through great changes. And recently I had a beautiful soul sister bring up the sixth sun, that we're going into the sixth sun. And I've been listening to a lot of prophecy on that, and it just makes sense. It ties in with not only the astrology, but it also ties in with what we're witnessing on the planet and the earth plane. Having a lot of epiphanies lately. I'm going to be sharing some current ascension and ongoing ascension / integration energies. A disclaimer right off the get-go: I do not replace medical help. However, I do have an understanding or an understanding that the sun, our beautiful sun, has a direct influence and impact over everybody who dwells here on the earth plane. And one of the things that the prophecies that I was listening to about the sixth sun was talking about was how the sun would turn more of a white color. If you really stop and think about it, many of us have lived in a time where we remember, even as a little child, coloring the sun yellow. And if you go outside and if you're in tune with nature and pay attention to your surroundings and the moon and the sun and the stars like I am, you'll notice the sun is very, very white. The sun represents our solar plexus, which is often depicted as yellow. And I got thinking about that. If our sun is turning white, which it has already, it's burning differently, obviously, then does that mean that we're going to have to adjust everything? Because the sun, right, around the navel and the stomach area of your body, the solar plexus chakra, adjusting and assimilating to more of that white photon energy, which makes sense. Because I seen a meme or whatever this morning on Telegram showing the different parts of the body that the solar plexus represents. And part of that is the nervous system. If you've been following me, you know that I've been talking about our nervous system really going through changes and upgrades and just really struggling with even people that don't have anxiety. It just really made sense to me that the sun is changing colors. So this vibration in our solar plexus energy, therefore, is also shifting and changing, and it relates to the nervous system in the body. So really just some aha epiphanies coming through. And another thing that is coming up to me yesterday, because I do feel like a lot of us that are highly sensitives, HSPs or empaths, are really feeling these energy shifts. The sun's been popping. I'm going to share the Schumann resonance today to show how much light, how much white is in it, and cover some of the symptoms that are, a lot of them are ongoing. There's a few things that are new that I'm experiencing, and I know many others are as well. So thank you so much for being here with me. We are just this side of the Cancer full moon that was very powerful, took a lot of us very deep into our inner emotions, feelings. So the very first thing I want to say about that Cancer full moon is lineage holders. If you are one in your family who's always felt different, who always perhaps when you were younger felt like you were the outcast or the black sheep, now we're really asked to be stepping forward in our roles, embracing our uniqueness that we did not want to continue to carry on perhaps family karma that wasn't healthy. And so I know that's probably why a lot of these epiphanies coming through to me, that I'm experiencing such sensitivity to the solar flares, is because I was I incarnated to be the one with that's representing great change, and it's not an easy cakewalk, right? So if you're finding yourself being that one in your childhood, whether you had siblings or not, you were still born into parents, and you didn't quite feel like their traditions resonated with you, congratulations. And that isn't to shame your blood family. That's just an awareness that we're cut from a different cloth. We're here for this great time of change. And now we're really being asked to step into our authentic selves before all the layers were accumulated in our first 7 years and first parts of our lives, especially. And so, yeah, I feel that the highly sensitives, what I usually call an empath, the quote black sheep of the family, which my cousin always said beautifully, which was, no, no, dear, you're the white sheep. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, even though I like black. But the metaphor of it, right? So I found this to be very interesting. So I might have brought up a little bit of this, but there's been epiphanies for me too, with the magnetic poles shifting and the planet and us going through changes, because we have an aura. We have a magnetic field just like the planet does. And these images are depicting, this is the North and the South Pole in between reversals. But when there's a migration of the magnetic field during a reversal, you see this chaos, right? North, south, just all over. And the reason this stuck out to me last night when I pulled it up on the screen is because I've been going to a naturopath for cranial sacral therapy. And sometimes when I go in there, she tells me that my polarity is flipped. Makes complete sense. We have to listen to our bodies because we're going through these magnetic shifts and changes. So too are our bodies, so too are the planet. So it only makes sense that if you wake up in the morning and you feel a little off, to command over yourself, this is north, and then by your feet, this is south, because look at the magnetics here of what are happening on the planet during a reversal. So too this can be felt and be experienced by people. Now there's some people that I don't feel anything, are just going about their business. I'm not talking about those people, even though they may have things and symptoms come up that they just don't realize that, oh my God, we are connected to everything. So this polarity, my girlfriend, Soul Whisperer, who was on a live yesterday with some beautiful divine women, brought up the fact that aura up every day. And sometimes it has to happen more than once a day. And the reason being is because we have so much erratic energy that's happening with our planet right now. It's also happening with us. So Earth is struggling. Now this is a perception because I don't feel like she's struggling. I feel like our planet and we are going, like the prophecy here that I've been recently drawn to, my soul just resonates with it. It's all connected though, whether it be the age of Aquarius, the age of the sixth sun where it's turned more white like it has. She's assimilating. So again, this particular website is saying Earth is struggling. So is humanity and all the creatures of Earth. We are going to apply some numbers and common logic to understand why. So just briefly on this chart, it's showing this is where you may feel out of sorts, where you have these really high spikes, and this is showing the data is normal. So the above chart is a 6-hour collection of the magnetic field data. The data set I have circled shows times of volatile rapid change in the magnetic connection to Earth from the sun. You, as a living being of magnetized light, are connected to the Earth's energies. Yes, we are. And some of us, again, feel it more than others, but we are all connected. So when these energies are experiencing volatility, you will also. Usually you will notice mild, non-life-threatening things such as fatigue, stress, insomnia, sore muscles, neck and shoulder pain. I feel that one a lot. Discomfort, anxiety, headaches, irritability, achy joints, ringing in the ears or one ear, no appetite, or the opposite, extra hungry. Really. There are many variables involved in this study, but enough has been done here to determine that there is truth in this. If nothing else, common logic applies. You and we are connected to the earth, and we are going to feel what the earth feels. Some of those many variables include the individual blood type. This came up to me at the beginning of 2020 when we all collectively started going through what we're experiencing, and I wondered if blood type mattered. Now it's being confirmed. So the variables include blood type, age, geographical location, another key one for me, on Earth, male, female, and what you had to eat most recently and drink during these times of extreme variability. There you have it, folks. Dots connecting. I've had the Holy Spirit. I ask every day for the Holy Spirit to guide me on what I need to do to calm my nervous system, to integrate these cosmic energies the best that I can. Blood type came up to me. Geographical location as well, definitely, because there's a lot of people. When there's an energy of earthquakes or volcanoes, there's people that can feel that just like nature can. Earth's all the inhabitants feel it. But if you have a logical mind of disconnect, you're just not going to even put any of the things together. Not to mention the matrix we live in loves to disconnect us. So now we're being asked to get back more in harmony and vibration with our planet, because not only are we going through great change, but she is as well. And so the earth has been just popping off. Now, we know that we've seen a lot of solar flares over the time, and the charts keep changing. But now, over the last few days, there's lots of white. I call that our cosmic divine Christed light. That's what I call it, from the sun, right? And the sun is more white now. A lot of people, we can see these things as metaphors, right? Green represents the heart chakra. A lot of people are experiencing heart palpitations, rapid heart rate, feeling a pressure in the chest or the back heart chakra in the back between the shoulder blades. We see this green and this light penetrating that. Red can be symbolized as root chakra things, fear, anger, any of the low vibrations. And so as we integrate more light, as I've shared recently, we're going to purge these things. We have to purge because we're vibrating at a faster speed. We're vibrating at a higher frequency. And the planet is too. That's why there's the uptick in the solar flares, the earthquakes, the change in erratic weather patterns, the purging of the planet and the purging of the people. Think about the instability of the weather. There's instability in humanity. And so we're going to obviously need to purge these things. And then, of course, blue represents throat chakra, but it's also directly linked, of course, to the heart chakra. So more now than ever, authenticity, walking in our truth, living from more of a heart space. And the red to me, fear, root chakra, leaving behind the mentality of separation. And another thing brought up under the sixth sun was getting out of the mindset of this tribe, that tribe, and the unity consciousness that we need to get into. It's happening whether people want to be aware of it, and there is a split. You can feel the split. Do I feel it's a literal physical split? Not really. I feel it's a split in the consciousness. Are we going to continue to war, right? Red, war. Are we going to continue to compete for resources, for you name it? Or are we going to understand our oneness? And again, that never means to go and you don't have to go and break bread with everybody that's, quote, your enemy, but really there's no enemy. We have lessons and blessings on the earth plane. And because we are in a time where the lineage holders and the way showers and the light workers are needing to step into their roles, no matter how quacky you think it is, no matter how unique, the uniqueness is the beauty of the age of Aquarius. Pardon me, because that's how we want to bring forth a new day. Another thing I want to bring up is my son and my son. Oh, okay. Thank you. Maybe he's thinking of me, cheering me on. He's in spirit. My husband and I sit outside on our deck a lot, even in the wintertime. And we've noticed the moon not being in the correct phases that she should be in, meaning she's tilted. Like there should be no dark upper part of the moon, and we've witnessed that. So that again goes right back, confirms this right here, this reversal that we are in. And I actually find it quite fascinating. So if you're feeling out of sorts, my natural path showed me how to just command over my body. Deanna, this is north, and then you go to your feet and command that is south. So this polarity and this reversal is happening not only with our planet, beautiful Gaia, but it's happening with us. So yeah, this is the current, this was popping. Now, something else I can't logically understand is the K index is not measuring like it used to. Before, when we used to get these big blasts of white divine light, the K index would go into yellow and red. This is completely off compared to what it used to be. So the data can be manipulated or whatever. You can't hide what is happening. So this is saying we've been all in the green, which is minor. I always say green is good, which it does feel good. Actually, I have less bodily symptoms today than I have over the last week, so it feels good other than I'm super hot. But again, if you haven't been here before, the K index, I just go green is good, yellow's a little caution, meaning, oh, we're going to feel it, and red is super high. But again, those have shifted and changed along with how the Schumann resonance, as we purge. This is the current Schumann resonance. The one I shared before was yesterday's. And the, 3 days? Yeah. And now we're currently on, and this, so funny, I got to write that down before I get to. Okay, so here we are today. We're coming out of these big white blast of purging, cleansing, integrating, and now it's almost like we got this, I don't know what it means. I can't tell you logically what it means, but at this current time, you can see the huge difference in it. You can feel the huge difference in it if you're highly sensitive like myself. So I cannot omit this part of it without bringing in a little bit of the astrology, because it is all connected, and this is our current astrological chart. What I want to say today is I'll be doing a video on this too as well. Mars is retrograde. That's our action. A lot of us have been feeling super tired. Mars is our physical action, physical energy. It represents Aries, self. He's been retrograde, pumping the brakes and the gas pedal since October 30th. I'm again not going to go too far into that. And he is now stationed, getting ready to go direct. What I did want to talk about was Uranus today with the North Node. Taurus represents our body and Earth, Miss Gaia herself. We have the North Node there, which is the collective destiny right now, what all of us need to head towards: more harmony with Earth, more harmony with our body, more resonance and reverence for our resources, the food we partake in, the beauty we find here to have this life experience. The planet of great change, the planet of awakening, the planet of our cosmic mind. Uranus sits there with the North Node in Taurus. I was guided to share on Uranus today because this explains, we've been popping off. We're just a few days into the month of January, a new calendar year on the Earth plane, and that sun been popping off the flares, been popping off the CMEs, been popping off the codes. So we are no doubt integrating, and Uranus is change, the great awakening planet in Earth, in our bodies. So yeah, I could say a lot about that. I did put on here the dream state. Like, it's like we're feeling like we're super sluggish during the daytime and awake at night, like the mind is busy in the evening. I feel that goes back to what we're integrating in the polarity here and the reversals that are happening within our bodies and the planet. And then also astrologically, Mercury, the messenger of gods, is retrograde as well. And then Mars in the sign of Gemini, which is one of the signs that Mercury rules, is also retrograde. So a lot of inner dialogue, a lot of inner reflection, a lot of revisiting intellectually things that you've been through on the planet, perhaps things that you are reflecting upon. And so it just really makes sense, that as above, so below, and there's just no coincidence. I find it fascinating, although it's not easy, right? Okay, so on to the few things that I noted over the last day or two. If you have the old school metal fillings in your mouth, Mercury, which we should have never had in the first place, that's a whole nother conversation. You may be the ones that are experiencing more of the tension in your jaw, clenching in your jaw. If you think about it, it's a conductor. We're not supposed to have heavy metals in our body. That's again a whole nother fuckery of stories, right? However, I'm noticing and was drawn to share, you all could be experiencing this jaw, just tension and even clenching and grinding at night, even perhaps drooling, waking up with your mouth hurting. It could be more influential over those who have Mercury fillings, and I do have some. So, and another thing too, the heavy metals, geoengineering. Look it up. Never use Google. I never use Google anymore. I use a different search engine. Google is a filter and censorship. They feed an agenda of what they want you to know, not what you are seeking. So again, heavy metals in your body, whether it come through our food, through the atmosphere, through vaccinations that you may have had, you are going to also be cleansing and detoxing, and you're probably gonna struggle a little bit more with these high frequency lights that are coming through. Again, metal is a conductor. Think about it. So again, I wrote on here, awake at night and sleepy during the day. I feel that has to do with our polarity shifting and changing. And those two planets of Mars and Mercury, both being in signs while representing the mind and the intellect. That should calm down as we have Mars go direct and Mercury. That's a separate video. The word that came through to me by Spirit yesterday was surrender. Thought I would share that. So tension in the muscles, it's shared on there, and I had it written on here. You're going to feel that. Many of us are feeling tension throughout different, and it shifts and changes where it's at. Very common one for me, like I've shared before, is the weight of the world on my shoulders, sitting on my massage chair, listening to my body more than ever. So the weather and the solar weather I had written on here already kind of touched on that our Earth's weather, all you got to do is be in tune with nature to know that she's assimilating, but so are we. And that is directly impacted by the solar weather and the magnetic reversal. So food and appetite changes. Listen to your body on this. Don't listen to what other people tell you. You are not a more enlightened person if you go vegan or if you eat all fruits and vegetables. You are unique. You listen to your body. There's days, most of my mornings are always now, and this is way different than before, fruits and vegetables and nuts and maybe yogurt. But now I'm noticing that I'm needing some grounding food. I'm needing some root chakra food. I'm needing some meat. I'm needing some beets. So listen to your body, because we are going into a time where we have to listen to our own inner divine. We're leaving behind seeking the guru, seeking information outside of us. Again, it's always nice to collaborate with others that are like-minded, that, whoa, I'm feeling this too from the solar flares. But again, it's always listen to your body. And so the food and appetite changes. Gargling in the stomach, digestive. Again, solar plexus energy and heart chakra a lot, and cranium, I mean, everything. And it shifts and changes daily, if not within 24 hours. So you'll find that some days you're super hungry, other days you're not hungry at all. Trust it. Fasting is actually good for us. Something that keeps coming through to me is slow and steady. Slow and steady. If you've been feeling disoriented, if you feel like you've been dropping things, misplacing things, slow down. We were taught to be so fast-paced. We're asked now just to be slow and steady, whatever it is you're doing. Irritability, okay, rapid shifts in either irritability or feelings of bliss. That is happening. It almost, again, I've shared this before, it almost feels like you're bipolar. Trust that there's a reason you're feeling the way it is. Go into your inner divine, seek it. So again, lots of flipping, irritability, and then next thing you know, oh my God, I'm in sync. I can feel this is all divine and happening, and yes, back and forth with that as well. So deep emotional purging right now. We are definitely doing that, especially the lineage holders that are healing that karma with the mother energy, with the full moon in Cancer. It's layers of the onion being purged. Take time to breathe. Stop and breathe into your heart space. Visualize your breath through your heart expanding. That should lessen the pressure that you may be feeling in the back of your heart chakra, shoulder blades, and also the pressure or the heaviness, elephant on your chest that you may be feeling. Just stop. Take some slow, steady breaths. Remember to breathe. Singing and chanting right now. So I've shared before, I'll go over this briefly, the importance of the vagus nerve, the importance of the integration of the changes we're going through. Singing and chanting is very beneficial right now to stimulate that vagus nerve, because that vagus nerve controls everything. That is our central nervous system. autonomic and the rest and digest, both. We have to really, especially if you're prone to me as a Virgo, nervous system anyway, or digestive. Vagus nerve goes through everything, and it's just this rooted through your heart, through your digestive tract, through your cranium. Makes sure I did it yesterday. Didn't even realize how much I was benefiting myself when I went outside to feed my morning chores. Feeling all out of whack again. Started singing and chanting, and thank God my animals don't mind that I sing like shit, because it felt good to get that vibration in the throat chakra. Stimulate that vagus nerve. Keep doing it whenever you need to. Stretching. Again, muscle tension. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Cleanse often. This means this can be minor. Cleanse often. This can be what we take in our body. Lemon water, teas that help you cleanse, physical cleanses, whether it be, parasite cleanse or whatever. Cleanse often. Garlic, ginger, honey, local honey, not synthetic shit that they sell in the American stores. Cleanse and purify. And I've been always a very firm advocate, again, briefly, because I've already talked about this. Epsom salt baths, which is magnesium, or Himalayan salt baths to cleanse your aura. Something that my girlfriend brought up yesterday, because I've been doing the sage, but she brought up the Palo Santo, and it is a very high vibrational holy wood. So the Palo Santo is another one where you can just cleanse not only your body, always through intention, of course, cleanse your home. And I love the smell of it. It is the sweetest smelling holy wood there is. So good. Peripheral vision. Again, light codes, adjusting. You may be seeing sparkles or movement out of your peripheral vision. Again, it's all being shifted and changing. Goes back to the vagus nerves, goes back to the pineal gland. Some people are experiencing nausea. Again, I've been having like a really loud gurgly stomach. I even laughed last night. I was sitting in the chair, got done eating, and was I eating? I think I was. And I said to my husband, listen to it roar. My stomach was just growling and just digesting, which is good. Rest and digest. That was a good thing. Okay, so then I also highlighted on there too, polarity is flipping, not only with our planet Earth, Gaia, but also within you. So there are some tips, some current ascension symptoms. A lot of people are experiencing the really strong pressure in the head still, coming through and purging. Never claim illness, never claim sickness. Always say, I am purging and integrating, because that truly is the power of our consciousness. This is one of the biggest things, and I used to blame it on just menopause. It's not. It's the light as well. Extreme hotness through your body, and then cold. And today and yesterday, these latest solar activity coming into the planet, I am talking sweating like profusely, and then 2-3 minutes later freezing. So that's a fun ride. You can do things to help with that too. Ice pack yourself, give yourself a little fan. I go out and sit on the ground and in my moccasins, even though it's January still in winter. I'll just go out and sit up against a tree and breathe in that cool, fresh air, because that's helpful right now too. So I got a new mic. Let's do a little bit of clearing. Thank you so much. If you're new today, I hope you join the tribe. Good collective amount of people here that are really just on the mission to connect, share, be authentic. Thank you so much. I don't do this very often, but if you would give my video a like, comments do help as well, and share it out to anybody who may benefit from it. And then we're going to do a Cryon Oracle, and we're going to get off here. So thank you so much. Nice deep breath in, straight spine, feet on the ground, calling in the Holy Presence through your crown. I always give thanks to the Holy Spirit who guides me. Okay, there's another continued symptom that if you haven't been tuned into one of my other videos, you may realize that your eyes are really just back and forth wonky. Just adjusting, some people are experiencing dry eye, blurred vision, and then you'll go, oh wow, now all of a sudden a lot of vertigo, a lot of dizziness. These are all very common. Again, last disclaimer for this video, I do not replace any medical attention that you may need. I am a very sensitive being that feels all energies, including the collective. It is my mission here, as I've been asking God, the Holy Spirit, why I feel these things. And many of the dots and the answers are now coming to me. Shedding, too. That's another thing, too. If you're going to be noticing that your weight is fluctuating a few pounds up and down. A lot of people are experiencing hair loss. I did go through that myself, but now I'm starting to regrow it again, even though I do shed out a lot anyway, but that's increased right now. Oh, my stomach's really growling, too. So what is this? Well, that one flew out. Celebrate what is coming. Wowzer. Let me get to the page here. Celebrate what is coming. We're in a time of transformation. We're in a time of death and rebirth, symbolically as a metaphor. And so keep your focus on your journey and your purpose. Find your divine mission. That is the name of my channel, which is Divine Destiny. It's about the nodes of our moon in our natal chart. 13 is the degree in which my sun, Virgo sun, represents. It's in 13 degrees. 13 has always been a significant number to me. It was later in life that I realized that, oh, you have a sun in Virgo that is at 13 degrees. You just can't make it up. So let's go to none. All right. Celebrate what is coming. I'm really hot right now too. If you don't normally have blood pressure issues and you're experiencing fluctuations in your blood pressure, this is definitely part of this. I'm not telling you to not seek help, but it is part of this integration of the solar activity. Even if you do normally have blood pressure issues, you could be noticing that, oh, now it's fluctuating again. So whatever it is that's going on with you, celebrate it. There's a benevolence of love in your life that will bring you good things. Cast away the fear of the future and start celebrating what is to come. How much time do we spend fearing what is coming? It's almost like a habit that humanity has to regularly fear the future. We fear it because it's in the dark for us, and therefore it's unknown and could be anything. To me, this card is a challenge for us to celebrate the unseen, for it may be far grander than anything you expected it to be. What if this in the dark future gets filled with your light that arrives? Expect the most benevolent things for yourself and others actually creates a powerful energy that is then part of creating your own reality. When I channeled this message, it actually changed the way I perceived each day of my life. Now, as I get out of bed each morning, I expect good things, and I feel a light go before me, whatever I am faced with. The biggest truth I can tell you is this: it works. So I challenge you to change your paradigm and expect light in your life. Try it and start celebrating what comes. You are the co-creator. Your consciousness is powerful. I'm going to end with this. Find your faith, find your optimism, find your passion, get on your road to destiny, and we change this shit one person at a time as a collective. Much love to you guys. Shalom, shalom.